this is Dr. Amanda with StraightSmile Solutions, and a lot of you, I guess that you heard about BidMySmile, you heard about their funding that they had last week, you maybe saw my presentation about 6 months ago on YouTube about BidMySmile, and I have a lot of doctors and a lot of prospective patients who are interested in this service and they'd like to know more. So I'm here to tell you a little bit about it and to explain why it might be a win-win for both doctors and patients. So basically, in a nutshell, this is my personal story. You know, I have a really good friend. She lives in a different state than me. She has a kid. The kid needs, they want Invisalign. They've already chose what they want. They don't want traditional braces. And it's a pretty easy case. I took a look at it. But she's getting these, she's finding it so incredibly exhausting to have to go to different providers in her area, and she's finding the treatment plans are all completely different, you know, what they want to do, how long it's going to take, the price points are really different. And she's having a hard time comparing apples to apples. So the idea with BidMySmiles is that it really takes a lot of that exhausting shopping around, you know? I mean, you may live in a small town, but maybe there's only one orthodontist. And in that case, you know, this is a no-brainer. That's who you're going to go to. But if you know you're looking for an orthodontist, and maybe you live in a suburban area that has 50 possible providers, you know, and they all have different hours and they all have different treatment plans and they all want to do things a different way. You know, how do you compare apples to apples? So this is actually a free way for patients to go ahead, and there's a great explainer video in here, but we'll go ahead and click on this. But basically for you to put some basic information in about who you are, what you're looking for, take some photos, and then they're calling it bids. I would not really say it is. I mean, it's kind of like a bid. If I go and I have a project for my house and I need drywall on this wall, right? I might have a variety of people come over and they're going to give me a bid. That's exhausting too, but there's ways that you can streamline that. So it's basically the same idea, you know? Ultimately, it may not be extraordinarily binding until you actually get in there, because obviously through a few photos and some information, you're not getting all that information, right? So I think that's great that it works that way. But for the patient, this is a no-brainer. You can get basic idea and really narrow down your provider search to a handful, if not that one provider. For a provider, I think this is also a no-brainer, because for a very small monthly fee to participate, and this is how it's working right now, I don't know if it'll change, and then a very small tiny fee if that patient that's referred to you actually starts treatment. You don't have to spend all this time, you know, marketing to patients. You can really handpick the ideal type of patients that you want to pick, and these patients are already aware of what your treatment plan and what your pricing is, which really takes away a lot of that exhausting time that you spend, you know, at the consult appointment, or your treatment coordinator spends explaining, you know, fee structure and financing structure. So in any case, I think it's a great process. Right now, my understanding is that they're offering service in Texas and Colorado, but they're open to offering service anywhere a provider is ready to become an early adopter or, you know, a new doctor in a certain regional area. So I think it really behooves providers to jump on this, you know, kind of quote, grab their territory. I don't know how that's going to work, but be the first adopter, because obviously if there's only one or two of you, then you're going to get a lot more consults than if there's 200 of you, you know, using this service. So, and I don't know how that's going to work with territories, so you'll have to ask them. I mean, it's a great question to ask, and maybe it'll change. But yeah, I mean, my understanding is if you're interested in being a provider, they will start marketing in your area. So what a great way to build your practice, or even just to attract maybe a new demographics. And the way I always say, you got to provide, you know, you got a new patient. Every new patient is an opportunity to even have more patients, because patients, what do? You know, this is the type of patient that you want. This is a tech-savvy patient, a tech-savvy parent that clearly probably takes a lot of pictures and shares on social media, you know, and it's, you know, who knows? Every possible patient is a possible referral source for new patients. So for a very small amount of money on behalf of the provider, I think this is a great way to grow your practice. So right now they are only working with orthodontists. So I think that's awesome. And there's so many different options out there. And I like that they're not just Invisalign centric or just traditional metal braces centric. They have a variety of different options of different services that you can get prices on, and you can get prices on all different. And you compare that metal braces to that Invisalign option, you know, and find out what the pricing is. So in any case, This is BidMySmile.com. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. Visit my site, StraightSmileSolutions.com. I'd be glad to explain it to you. And for all of you who are on our Facebook sites, various Facebook sites who have questions, I know you're already asking a lot of questions as it is, but I have a feeling this is going to be really, really popular. So, all right, hope all is well. Take care. Thank you.